お前は一体何なんだ。友達だ。
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another FFB War of the Visions video here on the channel. And today, guys, is going to be my first little kind of rant video going on with War of the Visions. So, first off, I do kind of want to touch on the raid from last week first before we get into this week's events. But I do feel that it was a really bad time to drop that particular raid. While not only we had Lucia's EX quest going on, which we are going to look at the drops in comparison to the event we have this week, but as well there was secret books going on, double JP rewards, and the raid. And I feel the problem with the raid is that because it was pretty much manual, like you couldn't auto it, you couldn't be AFK from it if you wanted to place high, if you wanted to get into those high rooms. So, you know, in my opinion, I really feel that it was a bad week to release that raid. Granted, the raid should have been here like 2 months ago. But yeah, so my 2 cents on that was it was not a good week for that raid. When we have secret books quests, and then when we have a top tier character like Lucia, where her event, while it was here for 2 weeks, still the fact is that most people did not have a +5 from the Frederica event. So if you are using Frederica as well, you had to grind for 2 +5 guns. So I still myself did not even get enough books because I had to commit a lot of my time to the raid. And the reason why the raid took priority for me was because they gave ranking rewards for Vizor, for the raid shop coins, hammers, things like that, all things that you need for your account. So that's my 2 cents on that. But let's hop into this week's little rant and discussion that I'm going to give you guys for the event we have for basically the crafting recipe. And I'm not going to be pulling up the spear for the ice spear for Victor's spear event. I'm going to be pulling up the platinum rod because more than likely this will probably be more of what people are going to be going for this week, since there's a lot more targets for this particular weapon. It's like Ayaka, Celery, and then Medina. And I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing her name, guys. Forgive me on that. But for those 3 characters are probably more widely used than the spear characters, so we're going to talk about them first today. So let's go over the drops first. So if we look at the event here, and by the way, you guys can actually farm, it looks like here, chapter 6, 1, 4, 3, something like that. Hard to, I think that's what it is. I think that's story 6. Scene 4 or something. I don't know. It says apparently you can get this as a drop somewhere in story. But yeah, at any rate, it's just hard for me to read that. If you guys know what chapter this is, let me know. I'm hoping this is all on global, but at any rate. So for the event for EX1, high difficulty, salary unit shark quest reward, EX quest 1, it has an overall 9.6% drop of getting 1 drop of the recipe. Chance of enemy killed / chest open. You have a 48% chance of no drop of anything. Okay? Then you have a 1% chance per enemy of getting the platinum rod. You have a 3.5% chance of getting the horncraft material, a 15% chance of getting the liquid, a 1% chance of getting the purple crystal, and then a 15% chance of getting the silver adamantite, a 10% chance of the gold adamantite, and then a 3.5% chance of getting the staff book. So that is per enemy. If you guys were to plug in everything, then it would show you the overall drop rate of everything. But considering this goes to a 9.6, I would assume you would multiply this by like a 9 multiplier or a 10 multiplier, and then it would tell you what the overall drop rate is for the whole quest. So, but yeah, we're specifically talking about the crafting recipes in today's video, but we are going to touch on the other drops as well. But yeah, you guys see here, definitely the lowest of the drop rates. And it's weird, like, I see that the purple crystal and then the horn fragment have the same drop rate as the book does, but I, for some reason, am always getting the purple crystal more than anything else, which is super unfortunate. But let's go into multiplayer. So multiplayer, you have an increased drop rate of getting the recipe by about 4.5%. Per enemy, you have a 1.5% chance of it being dropped, 5.3% chance for the horn, 22.5% chance for the liquid, a 5.3% chance for the purple crystal, a 22.5% chance for the silver adamantite, and then a 15% chance for the gold adamantite, and then a 5.3% chance for the staff book. So definitely not a drastic increase here, but to note, you do have about only a 22.8% chance of per enemy not dropping something. So that is actually a pretty good number. You basically have double the chance of getting dropped. But the big kicker of why this is a big shaft and a slash rant video for me today, guys, is that there is no double drops. If you guys now look at, if we go into the event from last week, Threat to the West, we see here that it's a 9.6% chance to get a drop here, right? From the EX stage. What is the drop here? 9.6. Oh, that sounds fine, right? Like the event looks about similar. 3.2 for that, 21% chance for that. 3.2 for that, 3.5. I believe 3.5 was the same drop rate here. So, hey, it's actually about the same, isn't it? It's about the same. Plus, we're getting the materials here. So that seems fair, right? But now we go into the multiplayer for this. This is the kicker. So it's a 9.6% chance in multiplayer, while it is a 14% chance here. The big kicker is every drop here, you're getting 2 materials. You're going to get 2 golds. You're going to get 2 silvers. You're going to get 2 books, 2 crystals, 2 ogre bristles, 2 of the black spin lids, or 2 gun recipes. This is the big shaft that we got for this event. Now, this is the same for every other event, not just the Lucy event. But if you guys go back further into the timeline, you guys will know that ever since the games came out, multiplayer has given you double drops for these event EX quests. So this is the first time that Gumi has released this event where the rates are relatively the same. Like, it's a little bit higher for the recipe, a 14% to a 10%, but you're only getting 1 drop. So when you realistically look at that, you only have a 14% chance for the whole run of getting a drop. That means basically 1 out of like 8 runs, you're going to get 1 drop. Whereas the other one, you have a 1 in 10 chance, but you're going to get 2 drops. So while it may take you 2 more runs on average to get a recipe drop, you're getting 2, so you actually have a higher percent chance, almost a 1 in 4% chance of almost getting 1 drop from the multiplayer. And I don't know why they chose to change this, of why they took away the double drops. Why would they change this all of a sudden? On top of everything else, a lot of people are experiencing burnout right now in War of the Visions. A lot of people, especially after the raid, are saying it's too grindy. You know, the stamina's too high, there's not enough drops, the book rate is too low, it costs too much materials to do crafting. All these kind of things have been common complaints in the Reddit or Discords or anything else, Facebook groups, all these kind of things. I see this stuff all the time from different players of the game. So this is definitely a step in the backward direction of, if Gumi wants this game to succeed more, they need to bring back double drops for multiplayer, because it completely makes it so no one even wants to do multiplayer. Because it's basically like, okay, so I'm spending 6 more stamina per run, yes, but it's faster. I don't have to macro if I'm going to macro solo. I don't have to join multiplayer. So it's just a lot of more convenience things for just basically 6 more stamina per run. While you are getting half the runs on your stamina, it's a lot more inconvenience, and the drop rates aren't doubled. The big kicker, I feel, for why people wanted to farm solo multi or just join multiplayer and not use stamina was because of the double drops. Now they took that away, the pull of multiplayer is significantly dropped, which is bad for the game. Like, even if you're not going to macro solo, there's a lot of players out there that couldn't clear content. Like, what if it was a new player, they couldn't clear the EX stages? And now it's going to decentivize the veteran players to host rooms for the players that are struggling starting out in the game. So it's not just like a veteran player, I want it to be easier on myself or other players so we can get these +5s easier. It's like you have to look at the broad spectrum of the issue of it's not just for us veteran players, it's for new players that want to farm for these materials as well. And if a lot of them can't clear right now, if they just started the game, maybe a week or two in, they may not be able to clear these events by themselves. So that's going to be, a big kicker for that. So I hope this video makes sense to you guys. If, you understand kind of where I'm coming from in this whole situation. Like I said, I hope Gumi does fix this. I hope maybe this was an error and it hasn't been brought up yet. I haven't actually checked the game notes today if there was anything touched on this, so I just preemptively recorded this without checking the news. If they did have a bug where it was supposed to be double drops and it wasn't double drops, we'll have to see how it goes. And also let me know if you guys are on the JP server, if you guys have played this event in the JP when it came out. Did they lower the drop rates when this event came out on the JP server, or was it double drop rates for multiplayer? Let me know all that stuff in the comment section down below, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button down below. Ring that bell for future notifications so you guys do not miss the next War of the Visions video here on the channel. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my video today. I know it's not a super high note positivity thing of the game. It's just an issue I wanted to address with the community so you guys are aware of what we've had in the past and what we have for this event and the, inconsistency with that. So all that being said, guys, hope you guys have an awesome day wherever you are in the world. Be safe out there, wash your hands, all that good stuff, and I'll see you all in the next